The Empress.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Sharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
We'll still have over 100 power. Damn, overpowered?
Cool. Your Dorian card changed.
Oh, yeah? I don't even pay attention to these things. Poor killer's hair.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Inquisitor Trevelyan, we meet at last. I've heard so much about you. Bringing the rebel mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
The handsome, charming one, of course, my lady. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, Gaspard. Finding him is my priority.
Are you serious? That is a grave allegation, my friend. A foreign power meddling now, of all times? I have no doubt this Tevinter is hiding within the ranks of the Elven delegation. They're up to something. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Tell me there's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy.
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine's. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that elf. She certainly has reason. Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
What? Imartia? Don't be absurd.
One of the Trevellians, I've heard.
Noble, even March. Oh. Court approval.
Yeah, there's an achievement for it. Get to 0, they'll kick you out.
What is this?
Yeah.
So what is this?
Yeah, so one of the things you can do is, like, that way and stuff like that. And out around.
Even gilded walls have ears. Oh, I don't have.
Who knows? Sorts of other. Here.
Oh, I will.
One in Orlais.
There must be something here.
Oops. Put it off the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which was your favorite one you got?
You immediately lost 10 court approval for being an elf. And I'm like, what?
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
I just gained court approval. Best entertaining people or keeping up.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure. I cannot believe you found it.
The
It has
Sixth
saved me
Sense.
a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
It's really good at like finding rings, important artifacts, and booze.
Is that the Inquisitor?
A martyr? The Maker has an odd sense of humor.
Yeah.
Sure enough. I claim this fountain for the Inquisition. And they're all like, no you don't.
Those guards. Yeah. I don't remember if you can go back out here. Back in there. Once you're in, you can go around and stuff.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Approval!
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith by Andraste?
Oh,
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the Dales?
that. There's some loud noises and flashing lights up there. I wonder if anyone could be getting into something.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all. Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith by Andraste?
This is a private conversation. Please leave.
And an A above your head, so.
Well.
Interesting.
There you go.
Was it one of those like where the sound?
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Influence up. Leave their stuff in the stupid. Scandalous secrets gathered. The great blackmail hunt. Alright. Not anything else out here. Or is there more? Alright, Monsieur Guards.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I'm sure you know how to handle most nobility, but the game is nothing like the Free March's intrigues. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
Is all this worry just for my sake?
You're going in there unarmed. If anything happens to you... Andraste, watch over us all.
It's okay, Josephine. You'll save me with your mighty power of diplomacy. Are you not chilly in your shorts?
I am little.
Hmm.
Also got the fires of hell on my lap.
Our laptop of Hades.
Yeah.
Book of Purgatory.
The yo-yo of damnation.
Black Book of Inferno.
Dante's MacBook.
I'm gonna go over here first, because there's a door,
There's a cloth in front of it, you can't pass.
Does anybody have the ceremonial scissors of...
Hell?
Let's start with S. Sisyphus.
Sisyphus scissors. Yeah.
Get some approval? No?
Oh.
Begging for it, man. I'm begging for it.
Yeah.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition.
Interesting. Well, that's useful.
It's like here, I don't get to actually hear all of them.
If nothing else.
I've mealed nothing.
Interesting.
Oh. This.
Well, that's useful.
know, a lot of these things have like numbers of things you can get. You won't be able to get them all.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Can
It's kind of a weird.
without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it
March
wasn't
against
renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace?
How can they call this a vestibule? It's a foyer.
Please, it's barely half the size of the foyer
Well,
in the Imperial Palace.
yeah.
It's obvious.
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated.
Right behind you?
But the timing is atrocious.
No one asked you.
Why would she do such a thing now? I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
Hey guys, what's going on?
It's such a pity the wings.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
And
We'll
both
take some
Colin and
time to
Cassandra
get our
are
men
like
into the
six.
palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
They're both soldiers.
Yeah.
Parties.
What is Gaspar up to? Wouldn't surprise me if it was the Inquisitor.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharp?
With so much fighting, demand should be higher than ever.
Books!
My contact said there's a new supply.
There's that.
Can't track down who it might be. How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted? We have reserves of
Well,
but the king wants trade.
Royal Wing Key. Royal Wing Key. Yes. Royal leg, royal thigh.
I can hardly believe Gaspar and Celine are innocent.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
And now presenting
The festivities for real.
Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Trevelyan, daughter of Ban Trevelyan of Ostwick. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the mage underground.
He is so full of it. That's not how it went.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed, hero of Orlais, right hand of the Divine. Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Arantium, son of Lord Magister Hallward Pavus of Azariel. Her Ladyship, my bulls each, of course. Sir Callan Stanton Rutherford of Honleith, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and left hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antira City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
I think it's great.
I do too, but like everyone else there makes sense why they're there.
Yeah.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
Let's hope the breeze does not herald an oncoming storm.
Even the wisest mistake fair winds for foul. We are at the mercy of the skies, Inquisitor. You find Halam Shiral.
You're in danger. End the ball. Send everyone away.
Inquisitor, we suspect that our court has overwhelmed you. You may benefit from a glass of wine and some time to recover. No doubt you will find something in the ballroom to entertain you.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
What's been that way?
Tell me,
I've seen her in the hood.
how are my mind? Are they in good health?
Bash!
We're perfectly happy in the studio. Mother is the same as always.
Can you believe me?
Meaning she's after you to do nothing.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this her?
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? You and Josephine are going to elope and move to the Anderfells and join the Grey Wardens and fight Darkspawn? Yvette, I want to know.
Absolutely.
Only what I'm gonna say, but I'm thinking.
I already packed our bags, didn't I, darling?
I knew it.
Inquisitor, please give her no more ammunition.
I like the middle answers a lot. They're not mean, but they're just kind of a little bit
playful.
Yeah.
I've noticed that in this mission there's court approval, so
It seems to. I'm trying to play nice with them. I should have played nice with them for a little bit longer, but I'm impressed by it. Oh, there's a problem. I should have stuck with the middle one at least, or the high.
Yeah, if they're positive or negative. I get punished anytime.
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette, that's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
We're getting some stuff here that you didn't have.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Ring about everybody's thoughts.
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of.
The dancing is so dull, your worship. But the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Cafe Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his regiment joined the fight.
Hey there.
Crotchrup beats his squire. He's a she. As a bastard. Extra toes. What a fun, close marrying crowd.
Making any new friends?
Not likely. I'm watching them watch you. They're all glances and titters. Not sure if they're allowed to like you yet. Pathetic.
Any thoughts on who we're investigating?
The Empress is pretty. It'd be fun to drink and kill stuff with Gaspard. Briala is friggin' funny. Elves, elves, elves. But it's really a pissing match with an old lover. Don't know the rest, but that explains a lot. They're all lying, but Celine's nice to look at. Good thing we're here to save her neck.
Any hidden treasures from friends of your little network?
You mean, do any of the servants ferrying tarts between these windy tits hate them enough to give up a stash or two? I'm not saying yes, but wait, yes I am. There's some good stuff hidden around. Keep an eye out.
Back soon.
Not going anywhere.
It was just back where you came from.
Yeah, no.
Oh, gotcha.
Laurent was the love of my life. Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
I know some of those people were a little bit more responsive.
Did you just grab my bottom? I'm a weak man. Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
I'll let you know at once if I do.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Oh, poor Helen.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Ah! No, that might actually be a problem.
Yeah, you're not safe in mission.
Not to my face.
I still remember the day they came to tell me.
Liliana in there? Oh, I see.
To her.
Because those secrets that you find, go to her, I think. Oh yeah, I didn't bring Sarah with, so I didn't get any.
Oh, I guess that's why she and Dorian are there. Because it just brings also whoever you have with you.
Here's your party. And
And
then
then-
the tree.
Right.
Ben Barrack, I think.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
And our left.
I don't know. Had a little bit too much to drink already.
Ole, ole, ole.
You think she's controlling the minds of the court? That's powerful blood magic.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Or the Grand Library. A lot.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations?
Okay.
Or is that where one shut my...
Is there any progress on the Helmi expedition to Akko?
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
There's that twitchy guy over there.
You don't seem to care much for the ball.
Orlesians pretend their petty squabbles are a game. Yes, let us treat murder, corruption, and deceit as delightful amusements. How wonderful. We are here to save Empress Celine, and it galls me. Why does she merit our protection? The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard is the leader Orlais needs in this crisis.
You support the civil war?
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me, however, I would let Celine fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
Stay alert. We don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching
Oh,
for trouble.
military people.
The sooner we leave this place, the better.
surprised. Hold on.
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Interesting.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Our contact with the Danish barely made it out in time.
Did he say what the...
Boring.
Gaspard is wasting his time.
I don't like that.
Nothing he does could
Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
If I have to clean up another puddle...
You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
He went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Brianna we have a situation.
Interesting.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? He's born.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Well, well. What's this?
Not very well hidden.
Did I see you talking to Duke Cyril de Montfort?
I was merely being polite. Unlike some people.
Don't give me that. I've seen the way he looks at you.
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight? The Empress does.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this filly, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. the night of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the Council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important. The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Funny that she couldn't give me this message when we spoke.
Oh, she could not speak freely in front of the entire court, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Origins. Yeah.
This is a private conversation. This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the elite of Tevinter carry on?
You could almost mistake this for a soiree in the Imperium. The same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes. It's lacking only a few sacrificial slaves and some blood magic. But the night is still young.
What if your mother were actually here? Where'd we be then?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty picturing that.
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She certainly always has.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
I'm trying to keep watch for magic. You know Tevinters. We can't cross a room without casting a spell. If there are Tevinter agents here, we'll find them.
I appreciate that you were willing to come here.
And expose myself to all this exquisite finery and exotic wines? Such hardship.
Not everyone's likely to be friendly. That's all I meant.
It's true. You'd think I smelled of cabbages the way they wrinkle their noses. It's of no concern, but thank you.
That's not going to be noticeable at all. Guys, your Inquisitor is kind of like climbing up the rose trellis over there.
Mash that search button, don't pick. Well, you can always go back out. Here we are now.
Where that is?
Okay, cool.
I opened that.
As you cross back into this, the countdown starts. I actually didn't like that part of. I get why they would do that, because if you're not seeing it goes down.
Like, how do I get it to go back up?
Yeah, I mean. Right, but it There it is, I didn't do it.
Oh, library thing. Like
Oh, back out.
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
Good.
Did you need something?
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does.
Interesting.
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
I'll head over now, though.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace.
Her entrance was nice.
Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
Why did you kill the agent? He might have had useful information.
I would not have slain the man on sight had he not attacked me first. Why? Undoubtedly, I caught him in an illicit act. I did not know from whence he came until after the battle, and regret only that I could not capture him alive. What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Is that the Inquisitor? Do you think she's pretty?
Lady von Blanchard.
Supposed to have the servers in the ballroom almost an hour ago.
My third husband, Pierre. Another time, perhaps?
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you.
Look at Lady Cambien's slippers. Trimmed with pearls. And emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambien's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambien acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Orlais. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
They bumped you to 75.
Why would the
There were some people.
The game of
No, those are the ladies.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We are always delighted to speak with you, of course. Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Perhaps you could tell me something then. We haven't been properly introduced.
How rude of us to forget.
Milady Inquisitor, may I present Lady Couteau?
And Lady Colombe.
And of course, Lady Fleur. We are the Empress's ladies-in-waiting.
I'd like to know more about Empress Celine.
Her Majesty has held the throne since she was just 16 years old.
She is respected and beloved, not just in Orlais, but across Thedas.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
That's the kind of info that I was looking for, thank you.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. What is the Empress trying to accomplish with the negotiations?
Peace is her only objective, Inquisitor.
Gaspard and Briala are driven by personal ambitions, but those desires threaten the safety of all Orlesians.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
It seems strange to hold peace talks during a ball.
The nobility must do things very differently in Austria.
By Orlesian tradition, moments of great solemnity are celebrated with revels and feasts.
While joyous occasions are given time for reflection and contemplation.
We must never forget that life is both bitter and sweet.
The ball is an opportunity to celebrate life and hope for the future, while we mourn those killed in the war.
What can you tell me about the other parties involved in the talks?
Gaspard is a decorated general, much beloved by the Imperial Army, and a legend among chevaliers.
He is better suited to the battlefield than the throne, and he would gladly make his palace a war camp.
He's also fiendishly charming.
Lady Briala has great intentions to change the lives of the elves for the better.
Even if her plans could never work and would only provoke hate crimes against alienages.
She is an idealist, but her lack of patience could prove disastrous.
If the evening ends favorably for the Empress, how does the Inquisition benefit?
Her Imperial Majesty brings the might of the Orlesian Empire with her friendship.
She is also a respected diplomat and world leader. She can forge alliances for you with Rivain, Antiva, the Underfels.
And she throws the best parties.
And then I found something. Is the hound that I was gonna tell him about.
I never talked to them.
Oh. I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should hold some of that close to my vest, you know?
Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade.
Sorry, I had cookie in my mouth.
Maximilian. Lady Inquisitor.
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, milady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Good evening, milady.
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again. Did you see Gaspard dance?
If the Inquisitor where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
If like all worked up against the side. How is that even comfortable?
Well, I think the cookies need more room, Dave. Yeah, I mean, if you can find people to talk to, you just have to explore everything. You might not have been able to talk to.
Maximilian. It took 4 chevaliers to put down the bear that killed him. My 5th husband fell to his death.
Ah, there's the Dowager. Don't make eye contact.
She wouldn't want to speak with a nobody like you anyway, cow.
Dowager. Dowager.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them.
Remember those guys who were
just gossip.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest.
They're like, we already told you.
Oh yeah, exactly what it was.
Sister, are you enjoying the ball? This is your first presentation at court, is it not? I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh yes, this is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, Maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Like, talking with them isn't making my approval go any higher.
Yeah, it seems inconsistent. Do something.
This is a private conversation.
Those might be the guys who were eavesdropping. Weird.
Oh, from up there?
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's what that was. I'm gonna find coin.
Interesting. Good to know.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Yeah, suppose.
is wasting his time. Nothing he does will win over the Council of
Radio?
About.
This could be worth checking out.
Loading screen. I should just pause in the middle of. I mean, I just saved, right?
Just there, so. into...
Black screen?
Load you into blank screen. Oh, yeah, this is kind of the annoying thing it did. Like, worst armor.
Caught in the middle of this crap. What fully qualified arsehole stops to
Oh,
kill
so
a
now we're
fool?
actually like playing the game again?
Yeah, we're back into kind of
Must be the elves Brianna's
here,
people
or
are looking
just wait.
for.
These are old
Whoever
saves
did
later.
this ought to be down here somewhere.
You know, it's. I think this quest and story mission is probably the more interesting one out of the game.
There's a lot of different aspects to it.